And now back to our coverage of President Bola Tinubu's visit to St. Lucia. I'm joined by public affairs analyst Victor Hai. Mr. Hai, thank you for joining us on the news this hour. Interestingly, he's the first Nigerian president to visit St. Lucia, marking a symbolic moment in Nigeria-Caribbean relations. But beyond the symbolism, what strategic value do you see this bring for Nigeria's foreign policy and our engagement with the Caribbean region?
Okay, so in the past we've talked about ACP, Africa, Caribbean, and the Pacific, in terms of relationship and all that. But I think what the president has done this time is very good because, with the multipolar nature of foreign policy and diplomacy today, it is important that we reach out to as many allies and friends as possible. And going to St. Lucia is also, I think, is something in the right direction, because the truth is that the Caribbeans see themselves as an extension of Africa. It might interest you to know that even the AU regards them as an extension of the AU itself. So this is symbolic. It is great. Although I wish that beyond asking for no visa for official and diplomatic passport, that he had gone ahead to say, just gone the full hog, and he would have gotten it if he said no visa between the two countries. It would have set a good precedent, and I think it would have been great for us. For me, that is only the downside, but otherwise, I think it's a very good one in the right direction.
Well, one of the key proposals we're looking at now was a visa waiver for OEC's officials. Do you see this as a real step towards deeper Afro-Caribbean cooperation?
Well, that's what I just talked about. The visa waivers that he requested for were only for official passports and diplomatic passport. Official passports are those used by government officials who are non-diplomats. And of course, we know who diplomats are. I would have wished, though, that he had requested for, a total waiver for citizens of both countries, so that businessmen can come from there to Nigeria, and Nigerian businessmen can also go to St. Lucia, and it will set a good precedence for our relationship with the rest of the Caribbean countries.
Yeah, a quick one before we go, Mr. Hai. Nigeria is facing its own major domestic challenges, and some of Mr. President critics question the timing and relevance of such trips. Do you see a direct correlation between international diplomacy and our pressing internal issues?
Well, rumor had it initially that it was a vacation. It turned out to be what you might call a working vacation. But at the end of the day, I think what has happened, the end has justified the means. He just on a lighter note, he got the highest national honor. That's on the lighter note. But Nigerians obviously now know about St. Lucia, and obviously St. Lucia now know more about Nigeria, which means that people can begin to look at relationship between the two countries. So I think it's healthy. For us, they are an extension of our diaspora. They could have been your brother, my brother, that were taken away into slavery, but we're beginning to bridge the gap. So for me, I think it's a big one. It's a win.
Thank you for your thoughts, Victor Hai, public affairs analyst.
Thank you for having me.